Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Dark Knight Studios coming at you with another one. This is going to have two different things in there. First off, I'm going to talk about something that I made today. A food item. An idea that I came up with. And then secondly, I will give you my predictions for this coming weekend's Week 4 football games for the 2021-2022 NFL season. So let's start off first. Okay. I've eaten at a restaurant, I won't say its specific name, where they had this thing called a PB&J roll-up, which was basically just peanut butter and jelly put into a small, spread on a small, soft tortilla shell, and then rolled up, and that was all they did. Well, I had a concept like that as well, but mine was different. I used a large, soft tortilla shell, put some crunchy peanut butter in the middle, and then some jelly, and then I rolled it up as well. But unlike this restaurant who just left the ends open, I folded the ends over, stuck a toothpick in each end, and then a toothpick in the middle to hold it together so it didn't unravel or unroll. And I had a pan over on the stove with some canola oil heating up so it could fry, and I dropped it in the fryer and basically made a deep fried PB&J roll-up / burrito. And we didn't have any powdered sugar, so I just took a small packet of Splenda and poured it over there, and let me say, it was quite delicious. It was very good. It's very easy to do. It only takes like literally 1 to 2 minutes to cook it in a hot pan with oil for frying. And it was delicious. So that way I can say, hey, everybody can see this video and say, this was my idea. I've never seen anybody do a deep fried PB&J roll-up. And for the longest time, I had wondered what one tasted like. I had never had one before, a regular PB&J roll-up, and once I did, I was like, the last several nights, I just kept having this idea pop in my head. You should see what it tastes like fried, or pan-fried, or whatever. And I did, and it was very delicious. I don't have any video proof of it, but I do have a picture I took in my phone of it. But back to the main thing now. Week 4 of the NFL season, I will give you all the games in the order from the first game Thursday night to the Monday night matchup, who I've got winning, and what the scores will be. Let's start off Thursday night football. We have the winless 0-3 Jaguars visiting the 2-1 Cincinnati Bengals, coming off of a surprising win on the road in Pittsburgh. It's going to be close. Give me the Bengals getting to 3-1 with a win over the Jaguars, 23-20, dropping Jacksonville to 0-4. Next, we have the 2-1 Tennessee Titans visiting the winless New York Jets. Give me the Titans in a blowout, 34-17, going to 3-1, Jets falling to 0-4. Then we have another winless 0-3 Detroit Lions visiting the 1-2 Chicago Bears. I kind of went back and forth on this one, but eventually I went with the Bears winning on a game-winning field goal, 27-24, getting to 2-2. Lions dropping to 0-4. Next, we have the winless 0-3 Indianapolis Colts visiting the 1-2 Miami Dolphins. And originally I picked the Dolphins in this one, especially if Tua Tagovailoa was playing. But he's not. It's going to be Jacoby Brissett. And I know Jacoby Brissett would like revenge against the team that got rid of him. But I like Carson Wentz and the Colts getting their first win of the season on a game-winning field goal, 26-24, dropping the Dolphins to 1-3. Next, we have the 2-1 Cleveland Browns coming off of a thrashing win over the Chicago Bears, visiting the Minnesota Vikings, who I did call last week and say they would beat the Seahawks. I picked the Vikings to upset the Seahawks last week, and what happened? They beat them by 2 touchdowns. But this week, they're facing a much better Cleveland Browns team with that two-headed running back tandem of Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb, who are just kind of unstoppable right now. Give me the Browns in a close one, 30-23, getting to 3-1, dropping the Vikings to 1-3. Next, we have the Washington football team coming in at 1-2, going on the road against a 1-2 Atlanta Falcons team who just got their first win of the season. I think it's going to be a lower scoring. I've got a weird score here. Give me the Falcons, 2 straight wins, winning 21-16, dropping the Washington football team to 1-3. Next, we got a game I consider a blowout here. We got the Houston Texans visiting the Buffalo Bills. Give me the Bills 30-13, improving their record to 3-1, and the Texans dropping to 1-3. Next, we have the winless New York Giants visiting the New Orleans Saints, their first real game actually at home in their own Superdome, or whatever it's called. Forgive me if I got the name wrong. But again, I see a blowout here. Saints 31-17, improving their record to 3-1. And the Giants joining their other New York brethren, the New York Jets, falling to 0-4. Next, we have Kansas City Chiefs coming off of 2 consecutive losses at the Ravens, and then now losing at home to the Chargers, visiting the Philadelphia Eagles, coming off of a blowout loss last night, which was Monday, to the Dallas Cowboys. And unfortunately for the Eagles, it's going to be 2 consecutive blowouts by 20-plus points. I've got the Chiefs getting back on track, blowing out the Eagles 45-21, improving to 2-2, and the Eagles dropping to 1-3. Next, we have what I'm going to consider possibly a game of the week. We have the Carolina Panthers coming in undefeated at 3-0, visiting the Dallas Cowboys, coming off of a dominating win against the Philadelphia Eagles last night at 2-1. I do have the Cowboys winning by double digits, but not much. I got Cowboys winning 31. Actually, I'm going to go Cowboys winning 31-23, improving to 3-1, giving the Carolina Panthers their first loss of the season. Next, we got the Seattle Seahawks visiting the San Francisco 49ers. I know Seattle is coming off 2 losses at home to the Titans and then at the Vikings. Now they got to go on the road to the 49ers, who are coming off of a loss at home to the Packers. You know what? I originally picked the Seahawks, but I am changing my pick. Give me the 49ers 27-24. I originally was going with the 49ers, then I switched my pick to the Seahawks. Now I'm going back to the Niners. I think they beat Seattle 27-24, improving their record to 3-1 and dropping the Seahawks to 3 straight losses to 1-3. I don't think the Seahawks are going to be horrible this year. I don't think they're going to be that great. I've got them, I think, going about 10 wins, 10-7. Next, a battle of the undefeateds, and for the lead in the NFC West, we have the undefeated 3-0 Arizona Cardinals visiting the undefeated 3-0 Los Angeles Rams, coming off of a huge win against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm calling this game of the week. This would be game of the week. High scoring affair, but give me the Rams edging out the Arizona Cardinals on a game-winning field goal, 34-31, improving to 4-0, and being only the one of 2 teams to improve to 4-0. More about that later. And the Arizona Cardinals suffering their first loss, but don't worry, the Cardinals are going to be in the playoffs this year. I guarantee it. Next, we have a rematch of Super Bowl 45. The Pittsburgh Steelers, who are all of a sudden in a downward spiral, visiting my team, baby. Go Pack, go Green Bay Packers. Give me Green Bay by 10, 34-24. I just don't think the Steelers are going to be that good this year. I think I had the Steelers only winning like somewhere between 7 to 9 games and missing the playoffs, and Ben Roethlisberger riding off into the sunset, retiring, because I think it's time. He just sucks this year. He can't play very well right now. But Green Bay 34-24 to improve their record to 3-1. Everybody was like, "Oh no, the Packers suck because they got their butts handed to them against the Saints. But what have they done the last 2 weeks? They go at home, trail 17-14 to the Lions at home, dominate them in the second half, winning 35-17, and then they go on the road against a really good Niners team Sunday night, and the Niners left Aaron Rodgers too much time, even with no timeouts. 37 seconds was too much time. What's he do? He leads the Packers down there to a game-winning field goal to knock off the 49ers. And now the Packers win their third straight game. Next, we have my big upset of the week. Because I know it would be considered an upset. But we have the Baltimore Ravens visiting the Denver Broncos. Everybody, and I'm sure most people are picking the Ravens. Because, well, it's the Ravens, it's Lamar Jackson. And a lot of people think the Broncos have just gotten lucky because the teams that they beat have been the Giants, the Jaguars, and the Jets. Well, I think Teddy Bridgewater's going to prove everyone wrong. And he's going to get the Denver Broncos to 4-0 as they knock off the Baltimore Ravens by a point, 28-27. To improve to 4-0, joining the LA Rams as the only two undefeated teams. Again, more on that later because that means there's another team that's going to suffer their first loss. Who could that be? But give me the Broncos improving to 4-0, Ravens dropping to 2-2. Next, we have the Sunday Night Football matchup. This won't even, I don't expect this to be close at all. Tom Brady and the Buccaneers are going to roll into Foxborough against his former team, and they are going to destroy the New England Patriots, 38-17, improving to 3-1 after suffering their first loss this past weekend to the LA Rams. And the New England Patriots will fall to 1-3. Again, 38-17, Tampa. Then we go to our Monday Night Football matchup where I have another team, just like the Carolina Panthers and Arizona Cardinals, finally suffering their first loss. And it is the Las Vegas Raiders visiting the Los Angeles Chargers. I am taking the Chargers in this one, giving the Raiders their first loss, making both teams 3-1, leaving only the Denver Broncos in first place in the division. Chargers at 3-1, Raiders at 3-1, Chiefs at 2-2. I think the AFC West is probably going to be the best conference in the entire NFL this year. And then maybe the NFC West as well, with the Rams, Niners, Cardinals, and Seahawks all playing pretty decently. But I got the Chargers via game-winning field goal 29-27, improving to 3-1, giving the Raiders their first loss of the season, just like the Panthers and Cardinals. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like the video, comment down below, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys next time.